And hello and welcome to another episode of Mango's Journey. And today, obviously, things have been a bit slow for these recordings. If people kept up with the Instagram, they would know I've been in hospital recently. We're still waiting on results for that. But one of the things, I wanted to really go, with this episode is really about how much people help and really how much support that I have got and how much I'm grateful really. And I think just in general, when you have that community, and that way of people coming together helping you, even with simple messages and stuff like that, it does help a lot, and it does mean a lot as well. Just for the pure fact of even now I'm still going through a bit of a hard time. Recovery is a bit slow, and it's not the easiest thing to be dealing with, the recovery, but we do what we have to do, sort of thing. So I was also diagnosed with another condition called GORD. I'm not even going to attempt to say the longer name because that's fun and games trying to do that one. And it's not the greatest of conditions, I will say that. So basically it's just really, so obviously as people are aware by now, people should know this is updates of my life and what I go through and stuff like that. There's that one, and all the support as well I've been getting over the past weeks to do with this. As you can see, I am out of hospital now. I was out on the same day, thankfully. Was not with it for a few days because I've been recovering at home instead of at the hospital. We're still waiting on results and stuff for that one. So things have been incredibly slow. And when it comes down to health, I'm the worst person for that and looking after myself because I push and push and push. I don't take time off. I don't do really anything that's not content related. So even today, recording this, I attempted to stream and that didn't get a plan because I had a bit of a rough morning. But we'll cover that in another episode, that sort of stuff. And one of the things that I was like, okay, right, I'm going to rest up because I really do need to start resting more, looking after myself a bit more. So eating healthier and stuff like that. And hopefully that will help improve my health. But there's not much I can really do at the minute without medication. So it's a bit of a catch-22, we'll call it. And one of the things at the minute, I think as well, is I have someone behind me. So my partner basically is keeping me going in a nutshell, as well as the community, but more so her. And even she says to me, I need to rest up and ease up a bit on everything. And I'm like, well, I should do. Because we've got concerns I'm going to run myself into the ground, stuff like that. My health isn't going to be much better. So because I think I've had 1 day off, maybe 2 at best, where I've not done I think I've had 1 day where I've done nothing content related in the space of 2 years. And for me, it's if I don't, this all might sound weird, but it would all tie in. But for me, if I'm not doing anything, I start stressing about my health and all that sort of stuff, and it's not fun. Could end up lost in my own head and overthinking things like I've been doing today. And stuff like that isn't great for anyone. Even if you are healthy, you haven't got any conditions. When you overthink things, it starts tiring you out, draining you out, and stuff like that. And that's when I should really stop. But we've got a lot of stuff coming. But that will be on a completely separate video. But health is a key thing. despite me having really poor health and stuff like that, I now have 23 conditions and a disease. That's quite amusing. I'm playing Monopoly now, I think. I'm definitely on my way to Mayfair. But all joking aside, like, yeah, I should really like pay more attention to my health and stuff like that. And like I say to people, always put your health first, look after yourself, and all this sort of stuff. But as people know who come by the streams and everything, I give advice. I don't take it. I don't take my own advice. But I think that's most things as well. Like, I know a few people that are the exact same way. We give advice out, but we don't take our own advice. So yeah, and as you can see, we're not outside this time doing this because I'm doing this later on at night. So there is that one, and like my health has been slowly getting worse. My bleeds are happening more and more often. So if people aren't aware, I suffer with internal bleeding. We're not sure why that's happening or anything though. So that's a fun game to play Operation these days. But yeah, it's just one of those things. So like health is a key thing, and like making sure you're safe and you're drinking, you're eating, all that sort of stuff is something you need to keep up with. I personally don't do that. So it's something that I'm going to be working on with obviously help from people. But yeah, this one's just really to talk about my health and like where I've been for the past few weeks and why the series slowed down a bit to a halt basically. And it's just because literally health has been in the way. I've been in hospital. I've been back to streaming for a week now, and today I just wasn't feeling it. I've been rough for a few days. So another thing that I suffer with quite a lot of sensory overload from like noises, lights, surroundings, people, stuff, like all of that sort of stuff. That really can make me ill for a few days, and unfortunately I did end up with sensory overload on Sunday night during the quiz night. But yeah, so like it's a bit of a weird one. When you have so many health problems, you have to like, obviously keep on top of medication, all that sort of stuff as well. And it's not fun. Daily routine is like tablets, and stuff like that. But obviously that will be it for this episode. If there's stuff you want to know and stuff like that, because we want to start doing Q&As and stuff like that, let us know in the comment section. Obviously as well, if you did enjoy this, consider hitting that like, subscribe button, and we'll see you on another episode of Ohana Hobby Workshop with Mango's Journey very soon.